What's on? Hey everyone, Killer Sci-Fi Action Movie Reviews here. Today I'm going to be reviewing the final episode of the three-part series of Vanoss Superhero School, The Rescue Mission. The episode begins with some scenes outside, shocking enough it wasn't a commercial, and then it goes inside showing some scenes of bulletin boards and posters and stuff. We then see three of the main characters, Tanner, Gina, and Kurt, all just sitting around doing nothing till Austin comes in. Austin asks, where's everyone else? And Tanner just replies, Dean didn't show up so everybody else just dipped. And if you guys are down, you want to go to my stepdad's garage so we can go get some beers? Austin turns the offer down and then asks, so did Dean not leave an email or note or something? To turn around and find a weird mysterious box on the desk. Austin started freaking out thinking it was a bomb, then Tanner rushed over to open it because he thought it was a bomb. He opens it and said, it's just a DVD, dude. And what made me mad about this scene, he said, holy crap, I hadn't seen a DVD in years. DVDs are not obsolete yet. It's sort of how kids who are probably 10, 13 years old are saying, what is this? Looking at a VHS tape, thinking it's a book or something. Tanner asks Kurt if he can use his computer to watch the DVD, and Kurt just replies, I don't have a DVD player on my gaming system. And Tanner just says, well, how do you watch your My Little Pony and crap? And Kurt just replies, I stream it. Tanner then asks everyone else if they have a DVD player, and they said, no, we don't have a DVD player. Then Austin just says, oh, I think there might be a DVD player out in the front office, and they all go out there. They all make it to the front office and try to play the DVD, but the DVD player wasn't working because they don't know how to operate it. They finally got it to play, and when they turned it on, there was this weird cloak guy just talking. He took something dear to them. And then they started pointing out that he had all these weird animations and stuff, saying, who takes the time to do all this? And it kind of looks like iMovie editing. Okay, what kind of iMovie editing is that? Because can someone help me? Because I use iMovie, and my editing sucks. After the cloak guy finished speaking and saying, you'll be hearing back from me shortly, Tanner begins to laugh, saying, dude, this guy took the D and he thinks we actually care. And then Gina just says, does anybody want to get some food? And Tanner and Kurt were down, but Austin starts freaking out. What did we do? He actually took the dean. And Tanner says, I don't care. I'm just trying to graduate. Tanner then gets a call on his phone, and it's the guy from the video. He says that he's ready to tell him the whereabouts of the dean, and Tanner just says, no, that's okay. You can keep him. We don't like him. And the cloak guy is confused, saying, you really betrayed the dean like that? And he said, yeah, and then hung up. Gina says that was a little harsh, and Tanner says he doesn't negotiate with terrorists, and he's just wanting to get his diploma. Finally, the cloak guy calls back saying, I can up the stakes. I also took your diplomas. Then sent Tanner a picture of their diplomas. Tanner asks him what does he want, and he says that you'll have to find me to know. But it's not that simple, till Kurt yanks the phone away from Tanner, looks something up and says, I know where he's at. They asked him, how do you know that? And he says, I can find him on the GPS locator. And then Tanner takes the phone away, calling him a D-face, and we're going to kick your butt. Austin asks, are we really doing this? And Tanner says, yes. And then Austin asks, well, shouldn't we get prepared first? And Gina says, that's a good idea. Let's all come back here in 15 minutes and get everything that we need. We see Austin and Gina in the classroom, showing that the supplies they got. Austin has a couple of flashlights, and Gina has some power bars and a knife. Tanner then walks in saying, yo, what's up, posers? Ready to beat some A? And Austin says, yeah, and then looks at Tanner's fist saying, whoa, are those knuckles? And Tanner says, yeah, I call them Drake and Josh. Tanner then says, hold on, and then goes out for a bit, comes back in with a folding chair, saying for something stylish, just to finish him off, we can just whack him with this. And Gina and Austin are just like, no, we're good. Kurt soon walks in with bags full of knives and weapons, and everybody starts to freak out, saying, are you really going to bring all that? And then he starts opening the bag, showing him everything like nunchuck, katanas, machetes. Then he pulls out C4, and everybody starts to freak out. They yelled at him to take it outside, and he pretended to go out there, but he secretly put it back in his coat. Then they asked him, where did you even get that? And he said, from the dark web. They finally go outside to the Uber driver, and their Uber driver sucks. He kept saying, would you guys want to listen to my music? And they said no. And then he said, are you guys on Facebook? And they said no, because I got a few series coming out. And then said, okay, we're getting close. And Gina just says, you've been saying that for the past 20 minutes. and then offers some beer. They finally get out and he said, hey, 5 stars, and they all just said no. After that sad, pathetic Uber ride, they were all ready for some action. In the saddest way possible. They all huddled around behind a dumpster, and they were all spouting out ideas. Tanner said he can break out a back window to sneak in that way. Austin says he can pick lock that door, and Kurt says, no, we need to make an aerial assault. Gina says, no, we should all stick together and make a plan. And then Austin runs off saying, no, I can do this, and they all start yelling at him to come back. Tanner then starts to freak, saying, no, he's taking way too long, I'm going to go in. Gina says, he's only been over there for 30 seconds, just calm down. He says, no, I'm going. Then she starts to look at Kurt saying, okay, let's just stay here. And Kurt says, nah, I've been training way too long for this. And he runs off too. Then Gina just looks disappointed. Now she's left all alone, so she goes up and disturbs Austin, scaring him to death. Tanner breaks out a back window and climbs in through it. And we see Kurt having trouble getting in himself. He keeps throwing this grappling hook and can't hook up on the top of the building. Finally, he makes it up and uses his grappling hook to carry up one of his bags. And Austin's still pick-locking the lock, and Gina says, you may not be succeeding because you may be hungry. You may be hungry. And Austin's saying, well, go check to make sure the coast is clear. Tanner and Kurt are searching around in this dark, abandoned warehouse. Tanner running into everything, yelling curse words, saying, we're going to find you. Come out, wherever you are. And Kurt is just dropping all his weapons everywhere. Tanner soon finds the guy and says, oh, there you are, B. And the guy's like, wait, what? And then Tanner rushes over and starts beating him with the bat. Kurt walks in, seeing Tanner beating the crap out of this guy, and then pulls out a sword saying, you don't deserve my blade. Puts the katana back. Then he starts beating the guy too. And Tanner and Kurt are both going back and forth beating this guy until finally Tanner finds a folding chair and starts beating him with that, yelling, woohoo! Come on, Kurt! Finish him off. Kurt pulls out another sword, about ready to chop this guy in half, until Gina and Austin opens the garage door they've been picklocking for the past few minutes to see what's happening. Dean then walks in saying, yo, keep it down, the kids will be here any minute. And he's holding a cake that says congratulations. When he looks at his surroundings and sees all the kids there, he drops the cake, and then the actor looks up at him and saying, this wasn't part of the deal, man. And the kids just all look shocked. We then get an interview with the dean saying, I should have thought this through better. Being a Craigslist actor must have already been bad enough. Poor guy. But hey, at least he signed a waiver, so legally no attorneys can get involved, so everybody's happy. In Gina's interview, she says, everybody was at fault here. The dean should not play that trick on us. Kurt and Tanner were way too violent, and that poor guy had it coming because of what he was wearing. In Austin's interview, he says, I tried doing my best. I was glad I brought that first aid kit along. In Tanner's interview, he says, no, that guy can't blame us. We thought we were doing something heroic here. We thought we were saving the day. And do you guys have any of that footage from the fight? Because I'm trying to post that to my Facebook. And finally, in Kurt's interview, he said, yeah, I had to do an aerial assault. I had to plant a lot of weapons everywhere. And me and Tanner kicked the crap out of this guy. And if all else failed, I planted C4 everywhere. Then he had a shocked expression and then ran out of the building. And back to the dean, he says that he was surprised at how well he taught these students, and they're superheroes after all. As we see Kurt running away from the building, not warning anyone that he planted C4 in the building. And that was Vanoss's Superhero School Season 1, Episode 3, The Rescue Mission. And I thought it was a good episode. I just wish that they would have made more episodes, because I'm sad because this is the end of the series. I mean, they could have done like more episodes with the classes, trying to milk the stories out of each character. But I'm just glad they ended out kind of a high note of graduating. They didn't just leave it at that with 2 episodes with them enrolling in the dodgeball one. And I seen like comments on the video or episode, because it's an episode review, where they said that this would have been a great show on Netflix, and it really was. It was low budget enough. And they did use special effects, but not like to the extent like of the Defenders, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and that. I mean, they did show superpowers in this show, but they only showed it twice in the other 2 videos, but they didn't bother showing any superpowers in this one for some reason, because Tanner didn't try using his powers in that fight. He only used the baseball bat. But if I would have to rate this episode, I would have to give it 4 stars. Because, again, how I said it with all the other episodes, the writing is just good. The jokes are still there. And I'm just glad that they didn't do a commercial this time as the opening. And it was just hilarious just watching this poor Craigslist actor getting the crap beat out of him. And if you want to see this episode or the whole series yourself, I forgot to mention this. I've been putting the links to these episodes in the the description box. But you can see this episode or series yourself on YouTube on Vanoss's channel. And anyway, bye everyone. To see more content like this, why don't you subscribe to my channel? And see the latest video, click right there. And to see a playlist of my 50s and 90s music, click right there.